And I'm live right now going home, and here we go. Start to jog in place, although I have low energy due to only eating watermelon last night because I felt too tired to eat anything. Didn't have that much time. But it was good that I didn't eat anything because then I would have had a lot of food in my system that I would have had to be digesting while trying to sleep. And I slept very well too. I slept very well last night. I have low energy right now though. I need to eat something more substantial than that. But yeah, so I just got off at like 1:30 instead of 2. It was supposed to be until 2, but I got off at 1:30. So that's good. But I'm trying to run right now. I'm trying to warm up right now. See that graffiti right there? That's the exact kind of graffiti that we're painting over. And see how it's already been painted over. That's the kind of graffiti that we just paint over. See, there's graffiti right there. It's crazy. But that's what we do. What we've been doing. And cleaning some street signs like this exact parking, no parking sign that also have graffiti on them. Like I said, run, Forrest, run. Several people have said that to me in my life when I'm running. That means that they think that running is like stupid, right? They think it's like stupid. But it might also mean that I look like I'm a white guy, like I look like Tom Hanks kind of, I guess. I don't know. I have low energy because I only ate watermelon yesterday, so I don't really feel like talking. But completed day 4 of 11. This backpack can barely handle 2 gallons of water. Like it's, I don't know, it might break if I jog too hard. Maybe, I don't know, because the clips, those the plastic fastener things that you use to fasten the straps broke off because they're plastic. Oh, I can cross here. This is dangerous. This is stupid. The train's coming. This is stupid. The train's coming. This is bad. That was too risky. I shouldn't have done that. See that? The train's coming. Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I have to do that? It's unreasonably risky. But I didn't think that a train would come. That's why I did that, because I thought, well, there's 2 trains coming, you know. That was creepy. Cringe. It's like cringe-worthy, like, to do that. Like, why would you do that? There's no reason. There's no reason to do that. Relative to, you know, saving time by going, you know, here, it's not worth it. Well, thanks for joining me right now as I am jogging home with 2 gallons of water in my backpack. After going to day 4 of 11 of wrongfully court-ordered community labor after being attacked by a security guard due to recording. I was just recording on public property and a security guard attacked me. And so when he swung at me with vicious energy, I swung at him. And even though it was captured on security camera footage, look at all these RVs and stuff like that right here. Even though it was captured on security camera footage, a jury convicted me of battery because the video was slowed down when he swung at me. They slowed down the video so that it was an edited video that tried to show that he barely, like, slowly tried to, like, reach for my phone. But the truth is he came at me with insane, as much physical energy as possible to attack my phone. So yeah, that's what happened. They edited the video and then I turned to my right. In the video, I turned to my right as this other security guard threw it at me and missed. And then he pepper sprayed me. He was approaching me. He was accosting me as though he was totally gonna fight me. But then he pepper sprayed me. But when I turned, I turned to my left. But in the video, it shows that it turned to my right. So I believe that they altered that video to show that I turned to my right. But I probably said, testifying, that I turned to my left, you know? So the jury probably thought it was like making up stuff, like I'm not trustworthy because the video shows otherwise. But the speed at which he attacked me was using vicious energy, all the force he could use, he could generate in real life. But in the video, it looks like he barely was trying to, like, cover my camera, like reach slowly, like this slowly for my camera. Literally this slowly, I swear. That slowly reaching for my camera, my phone. But he attacked my phone with insane energy. And when he swung at me, I swung at him. So he attacked my phone, he hit my phone out of my hand. Because if he would have just reached and, like, tried to feel for my phone, like try to grab, like cover it, that would not have hit it out of my hand. But he hit it out of my hand, like, because he used insane force to slam his hand on top of my phone. Then the battery, it hit the ground, and then the battery came out of the phone. It was ejected from the phone because the backing of that phone is so lightweight and cheap. which destroyed the video. And when he attacked my phone, when he swung at me, I swung at him and hit my phone first, then my fist hit his jaw. And then he fell to the ground, and that was it. It was just one punch. So there's an evil force. There's an evil organization. The city attorney's office, the City of Los Angeles attorney's office is insanely evil. Is this closed? And I think I keep getting some of these videos keep getting demonetized because I keep saying like that certain organizations are evil. Like I keep saying that certain groups of people are evil. So it seems as though I may not be able to say that the city attorney's office is evil. But it is. So insane. The prosecutor tried to act as though the Japanese Village Plaza Mall outdoor walkway, which is public property, she tried to act as though and assume that it was included in the entire Japanese Village Plaza Mall shopping center. But the shopping center is distinct from the walkway, the alley. The Japanese Village Plaza alley mall, the pedestrian mall. The pedestrian mall is 100% public, the same thing as a sidewalk. And a police officer when testifying and the security guard when testifying said that they believed that the Japanese Village Plaza pedestrian mall was private property. But there was no evidence, there was no actual map used because the judge threw out the map. She struck the map so that it couldn't be used to show the jury. Like it was presented to this police officer, but then that's when the judge said, oh, it's not a regular street map, so therefore it can't be like interpretable by the jury, but that's totally against common sense. Totally against common sense. Because common sense, it's so simple. Everyone knows that regular street maps do not define private versus public property. Regular street maps, like a Google map, does not define public versus private property. Regular street maps, that's so stupid. So I got convicted of battery, but also private property trespassing with intent to interfere with business when I went onto the property. But I never went onto the property because I never went onto private property. Because the Japanese Village Plaza Mall, pedestrian mall, alley, walkway, outdoor, walkway mall is public. It's public, so it's so insane. This is so crazy. There's no proof that there's no evidence to prove that I intended to interfere with business when I went onto the property, because I didn't go onto the property, but there's no evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that could prove that I intended to interfere with business. How do you prove that? Beyond a reasonable doubt. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you prove beyond a reasonable doubt that someone intended to interfere with business? Like, let's say it was. Let's say it were private, the Japanese Village Plaza pedestrian mall, right? Outdoor walkway, alley. If that were private property, how would they prove that I intended to interfere with business? Did I even interfere with business? I was just recording and just talking like this to my phone. That is not interfering with business. Like, you cannot, that's First Amendment protected activity. How would that be construed as interfering with business? When he's the one who came at me and he told me, don't record me, right? In a sinister tone of voice, he said, don't record me. He said, don't record me, in a very dark, serious tone of voice. He started it. He came up to me within like 2 feet away from me saying, don't record me, right? So I'm like totally against that because it's public property. So he has no ability to actually prevent me from recording. But even if it were private, he can't do that either, because you have to pose a threat to people or property if you're going to be physically ejected from private property in California. Furthermore, because it's a shopping mall that is private, I mean, if that whole place were private, which is not, because the mall is public, but that area is like purposely designed to attract people to relax and linger and congregate and socialize, because it has permanent, benches. Seriously. So that means in California, Prune Yard versus Robbins, 1979, 1980, 2012 update. I think it's 2012. They updated it so that they restricted it so that it's only, you cannot be trespassed in a private shopping mall if you're in a location within the mall, because it used to be the whole mall, but now it's a place within the mall where it's purposely designed to attract people to congregate, linger, socialize, and relax. So if you're exercising First Amendment protected activity, or at least freedom of speech, and like exactly handing out flyers and setting up your own table, so it's just so deranged that a security guard who's designed to observe and report illegal activity, is just attacking me for recording. Supposedly because 2 females complained to him that I was recording them when they were sitting down at a table. That is not true. I mean, I was not going up to people and recording them at all. So that's not really legitimate on that day. He may have made that up totally, just totally made that up. He may have just totally made that up, 100%. He may have totally made that up 100%. And thanks for joining me today as I am completed day 4 of 11 of community labor cleaning up graffiti, wiping off signs like this, 2-hour parking. If they had graffiti on it, you wipe it off with an alcoholic, solution, and it dissolves the marker, the pen, ink very well, but it doesn't dissolve the sign ink because the sign is like hard. It's like kind of reinforced plastic, like clear plastic. And so it's just very tragic that this has happened, where you just try to record, go outside and go around town and just record in downtown LA. And there's all these security guards who lie if they don't like what you're doing, or if someone complains to them, they lie and they just try to see if they can enact something toward you that's a lie just to get you out of there. That's what they always do. They just try to say you can't be there even though you can because it's a public sidewalk. So it's just so insane. Because that happened to me like 17 times, and then now it's like 21, 22, something like that. Security guards have lied to me and said that public property is private. So it's just so insane. There's all these evil people. There's all these sociopathic, wicked people that just try to troll you and lie and just try to say that public property is private. So crazy. It is so crazy. And because of that, I coined the belief that the saying that, I basically coined this, but it's not that original, I guess, but like I created this saying, you can't even live life. You can't even live life in these corrupt places. You can't even live life, I swear, because what is living? Living would be, having a life where you go out and socialize, right? And recording and, trying to recording is I'm just talking to this phone, and then it's transmitting to people. Like, I'm just socializing. I'm literally just going out and socializing, but I'm including more people in my group because I'm by myself, but I have 173 people watching right now who I'm including in this. And for some reason, people are insanely wicked and they can't let you even live. You can't even live. You can't even go out and walk in a public place recording. You can't do that because, well, you can, but after a certain amount of, if you're there for however many hours, it's guaranteed that they're going to lie and say that it's private property and you can't be there. Or that it's private and you can't record. And if you still record, then you're going to be trespassed. It's so evil. There's all these evil people. And everyone should know by now that the city of Los Angeles is evil. Because the Sanctuary Cities updated list came out a few days ago per, Kristi Noem, Department of Homeland Security, stating that Los Angeles City is one of those cities that's a corrupt sanctuary city because they don't cooperate with ICE to deport illegal aliens. But yet I get prosecuted maliciously and wrongfully convicted of battery and two counts of private property trespassing. How is that possible when all these illegal aliens get to live for free, like they did, without getting prosecuted, without getting deported? We're almost in Skid Row right now. And so, yeah, it's so stupid to live here. It's so insane. Like, this is so insane to live in the city of Los Angeles, but the county of Los Angeles is also bad in general. It's like an outdoor prison in general, but for some reason, this county of Los Angeles was not included in that sanctuary cities, counties, and states list updated the other day. Because I do believe that. Because like the sheriff is way better, like outside of the city of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. And thanks for liking this video. So yeah, I'm just jogging literally as fast as I can because I have so low energy right now, but I have 2 gallons of water in my backpack. So yeah, we're almost in Skid Row right now, 7th Street, about to go into Skid Row. And yeah, I'm just jogging. I'm just going home so I can eat that watermelon. Half of a watermelon that's been in the refrigerator since last night. So yeah, it's warm outside. I'm sweating a lot. So eating watermelon that's fresh, that's good quality, because it's peak of season right now, basically. You know, that's what I want to eat because it's in season. Product of the United States, not Mexico. Because in the winter, they get watermelons from Mexico and they're lower quality. But that's obvious because, I mean, they're from Mexico and it's the winter. It's like, but yeah, that's the place right there, Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles. That is the place, the mental health place where I go. I don't know if I can see the driver through there and see if I can make out who that is, but they were honking at me, but I don't know why. Because when he was honking, he like wasn't looking at me, I thought. It's weird. And then there's a guy on the side who they're hanging out the sides of that vehicle, but they didn't wave. That's weird. They barely waved. I guess they pick up homeless people in the streets, like take them to that homeless healthcare where they have different amenities. They have purified water, they have condoms, they have clothing, they have like vests, like the reflective vests. They have, reportedly, they have, that's where I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is driving. I don't know who any of those people are. But they don't recognize me because I don't recognize, they don't know who I am. But so that's awkward because I don't even know who those people are. But they might be trying to pick me up right now, but I think they're trying to pick someone else up over there. That's weird, huh? Because I was waving at them, they probably think that I want to ride. Yeah, they're picking up other people. Thanks for watching. I'm probably going to turn this off, but I might not. If I turn this on, I'm going to turn it back on in like 2 minutes. But if I don't, then it's going to go off. So it's either I'm going to come back on in 2 minutes, or I'm going to shut it off. LTBLP, live the best life possible. Okay, hello. Okay, I'm back on. This is an audio only, but no one's here, so I can talk right now. I'm gonna eat the watermelon. We're eating watermelon right now. Yeah, hold on. So yeah, I'm doing this community labor, and I'm gonna get a job after that. I'm going to continue this habit every single day because I'm just tired of living in Skid Row. I want a better life than this, living off of Section 8, food stamps, a law phone. Lifeline phone service. So we're getting off of all this welfare. And generating income so that we can move to a better location, because we live in Skid Row, and we've lived in Skid Row I have for like over 14 years. So I'm gonna eat the watermelon right now, but I'm gonna take my pants off if that is exciting to hear, because I'm sweating badly right now, profusely. But I need to take my pants off, my jeans. I'm sweating very badly right now. But thanks for joining me. I'm going to continue to talk right now. I mean, I wonder what people want to know. Like, what are you interested in? I am all about living the best life possible, okay? Which means no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes, like, Donald Trump says that, no drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, no tobacco, nicotine, no caffeine, no psychotropic medication like Prozac and whatever, Wellbutrin and stuff like that. All these antidepressant, anti-anxiety medications. No medication at all, but you should take vitamin B12 because you should eat, by default, you should eat a starch-based vegan diet, like by default, unless you don't feel well when you eat it, then you need to modify that. But high carbohydrate, low fat, whole plant foods diet. It could be vegan or it can be almost vegan, but it should be mostly starch. The main thing is mostly starch and no oil. Definitely no oil, no vegetable oil, olive oil. It damages the arteries, impairs the ability to produce nitric oxide in the arteries, which will prevent damage to the arteries. I should probably change, before I work out in the afternoon, I should change my jeans into my shorts. I'm sweating very profusely. But yeah, I'm tired of hold on. I'm sweating very badly right now. I'm tired of being abused by evil people. This is not what I want. What we want And living the best life possible is getting away from evil people so that you're totally isolated from evil people. But when you're in a corrupt city like Los Angeles, you're around so many evil people. There's just so many evil people here. And by the way, if you join now, then you'll be able to chat. However, I'm not sure about this because you're able to chat, but only on the streams that are horizontal, because it's impossible to make the streams that are vertical members only chat, like where only members can chat. I think I could make... Actually, I don't think so. I don't think I can make a vertical live stream totally members only, or even just members can chat. Because talking about, evil people, we want to keep evil chatters, out of the chat. So join now so that you can chat. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, what I'm doing is I'm developing a habit of working that is going to be so strong, and I'm going to become addicted to it, where I have to work every day. Okay, I'm getting the watermelon out of the refrigerator. By the way, I never say fridge. I never say fridge. I don't know why people say fridge. Like I'm getting this out of the fridge right now. I never say that. I don't know why. Because I could say that, but I don't say that. I don't know why. Okay, we don't have a table, so we lie in bed to eat. Okay, that's how I eat in Skid Row. Because we live in a 10 by 11 room. I think it's 10 by 11. Something like that, like 11 by 12, I don't know. But that's what we have to do, because when you live a lifestyle of not working at all and you don't earn income at all, what do you get in life? What do you get? What do you get in life if you never work and you expect other people to provide you food, shelter? That is so, you should not expect that ever. If you're a female, you should expect it, but only if you're a virgin, because men should only marry pure virgin females. Because once a female interacts with a male, and totally fully engages with him physically, then that is so substantially, she becomes one flesh, for lack of a better phrase, one flesh with that male, physically, mentally, physiologically. It's so ingrained into her body and mind that she is basically, for lack of a better word, contaminated with that one man's just him, like everything about him, you know. And so he's on her mind all the time, extremely frequently, like if she breaks up with him. And so females should be a pure virgin in order to expect a man to take care of them, because that's what men want to do anyway. They want to take care of a female. That's just natural. But no man actually prefers to marry and, you know, combine with and become one flesh with a female who has already been with another man. But men, you know, settle for less. So join me in eating watermelon right now. You're welcome to join me. I don't want to tell you what to do, because a lot of people tell you what to do, like they use the imperative mood. It's called the imperative mood in English. In language arts, I guess. Language, grammar, like. So I'm sweating a lot, you know. You have this watermelon that's like big, like 24 pounds. I don't know what it is, but it's like 22 pounds or whatever. It's in a bag, but okay. Now it's over. Now it's on top of the bag, basically. So I'm going to dig into this, and it's very crispy, like the way it disconnected from the other watermelon, you know, the way it separates, like spongy. It's like, it's the right consistency. I know it's fresh. I mean, pretty fresh. Okay, it's very sweet. It tastes like chocolate milk. Where is the transmitter? Okay, right here. So right in front of me is Craigslist on this desktop computer. There's jobs, like warehouse jobs, stuff like that. I've been too unhealthy and lazy and unmotivated to get a job in general because I've been unhealthy, but now my health is very good because I can predict, I know how to be healthy. Like it's like I just know, because I kept track of all these foods and how they affect me. And so I know what they'll do to me. I know what foods. And today, the two workers who are in the truck with me were like, they were talking about how they have I mean, the driver was saying definitely that over and over that he has to go to the bathroom a lot. Like he has like some type of same type of thing as me, where like if like for example, I can't eat any fast food basically because fast food has so many ingredients, so many corn and corn based ingredients. I'm eating watermelon right now. Corn and corn-based ingredients that trigger something in the body that allergic symptoms, like your nose gets clogged. Like his nose was clogged. The guy, you know, the driver today, his nose was totally clogged. His sinuses. But I have so many food sensitivities, but my vitamin B12 was low and my vitamin D was low also. So I thought it was because of that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. The main thing is, for me, corn and corn-based ingredients, like all these weird preservative, whatever that's in all these processed foods. Like if you get like a soup, like ramen noodles that have an insanely high number of ingredients. It's so weird. The list is so long. And if I eat whole grains and if I eat legumes, if I eat nuts and seeds, then I get inflamed. If I eat high fat, I get inflamed. If I eat cruciferous vegetables, my eyes get bloodshot. But that's actually not true. I mean, broccoli, kale, probably collard greens, like this. I think it's the stems that do that. Because like recently I undercooked white rice, like I undercooked it because I didn't put enough water in it. And then the rice was hard. And then after I ate that, I got bad inflammation. And what else? If I eat meat, I have been getting ill, like nauseous. However, maybe that's because of low vitamin B12, because I don't get nauseous every time. Like I might not feel that sick at all. Like I thought that if I eat chicken, then the next day I will feel depressed. And I might feel depressed, or I'll feel depressed and nauseous, but I might not feel nauseous. And then if I eat, wait a second, I need to plug this in. when I eat like mackerel fish, it has a lot of histamine in it. And if you eat too much histamine and your body can't handle it, if you don't have enough DAO enzyme, then you get overloaded with histamine, and then you get symptoms of irritating symptoms, like your skin might itch badly, or your eyes might feel itchy and dry, or your intestine will feel burning. And your intestine, your abdomen will feel kind of like rubbery. It's like this rubbery kind of feeling, like kind of irritated and kind of like rubbery. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a feeling. It like kind of feels like your intestine is kind of bloated a little bit or a lot. But I mean, I get huge bloating if I eat corn, because that happened the other day. Because for some reason, I thought that because I took a B12, because I've taken 2 B12 injections, I thought that I was cured, and then I ate Doritos and Fritos chips that have so much corn, and that caused massive bloating. And that hasn't happened to me in a long time, because I never eat overt sources of corn, like popcorn. Like, I literally have not eaten popcorn in like 10 years, or like, I don't know, like 5 years, definitely, probably zero popcorn, because popcorn is so bad for me. But I gotta plug this in. Okay, this is plugged in. But yeah, I mean, I have all these food sensitivities. So I've been depressed a lot. I've had anxiety a lot. My eyes get bloodshot. It's so frustrating. My intestine is bloated. My intestine feels rubbery. I get diarrhea, or it's like watery evacuations. Urgent trips to the restroom. However, it's insanely predictable now, because I've been keeping track of this so much. Like, cabbage is kind of bad for me, a little tiny bit bad for me. It seems that garlic is bad for me. Like, it causes like sneezing. I think garlic and onions, because they're allium family vegetables, fructooligosaccharides. A gastroenterologist on the phone told me that fructooligosaccharides, you can't like tolerate them. I mean, some people can't. And if I eat onions, lately I've noticed that they cause me to feel stressed out, like the next day, or like 2 days after that. So I'm not calm, and I'm not like at ease, because I can feel calm, at ease, that's when I'm healthy. But if I'm not, I mean, there's different symptoms. Like I might feel anxious, I might not be at ease, or I feel depressed, or I don't eat enough food because I have to avoid so many foods, so I don't eat enough food. Like, for example, last night I only ate watermelon because I could have just, gone to Albertsons today and bought something at lunch, or whatever. I could buy whatever, Chipotle or whatever. But I didn't eat anything today because I don't want to eat something that's bad for me. But yeah, LTBLP, I mean, we're trying to get away from all these evil people. The LTBLP, the letters are white for a reason. And the rest is darkness. The rest is evil. The rest is dysfunction. The rest is ignorance. And around the letters is blue, if you can't tell. Around the letters is blue, meaning it originally meant to mean the police, because in developed, in first world countries, there's police who uphold, who support your rights to, to be free, basically, because they are supposed to protect you against or dissuade crime so that other people don't violate they don't violate you. So ideally, the police should be good people who defend you against evil. And that's why the border of the white is blue. Ideally, the police are supposed to just 100% act as though they're protecting you against these evil criminals. But also, I think, it also means that I also intend it to mean ice, like cold weather. But then lately I thought of ice like the immigration customs enforcement. That could also mean that also. It means the police, it means ICE, immigration, anti-illegal aliens. And it means cold weather. It means what it means is it means living in a cold climate with bad weather. For example, moving up north to like South Dakota or North Dakota or Montana or Alaska, right? Getting away from the evil people. Because there was a statistics that said like a few years ago that in North Dakota, there is like only 12 homeless people on the street. Like in California, how many millions of homeless people are there on the street, right? But in North Dakota, the lowest number of homeless people on the streets was only 12, according to those statistics. And so, obviously, if you're homeless, you're going to gravitate toward a place like California. And if you're not homeless, if you have the money, if you have a motor vehicle that is, in good repair, if you have money, if you have credit, if you have whatever, a variety of insurances, like different types of insurance, meaning cash, credit, actual insurance. I don't know, but you have all these different forms of security. You know, if you have the money, basically, then you can live in an uncomfortable weather climate, because it can make it comfortable. Because you can have a house that has well insulated, windows and all that, and you can have the money to heat the house whenever you want, to whatever temperature you want, because you have the money. So you can live comfortably away from evil people. There's homeless people that are just crazy, and there's supposedly productive, good people, but they're not. There's evil people who they work in the government, probably like LAPD or Los Angeles City Attorney's Office, or as a security guard. And these people are able to exist because the people in general who live here are also bad people too. Or they're too lazy, or they don't care, because they're like basically transient, like they don't want to live here anyway. Like there might be an illegal alien who lives here, but they only live here temporarily, and they don't care about, they might just be sending money to Mexico or whatever. And they don't care about this place. They don't. Now, the opposite of that is like in a small town, right? Of like in so many states, like there's so many small towns, right? Across America, right? In a lot of these small towns, it's extremely well kept. Like there's zero graffiti, zero trash, zero homeless people, seemingly zero crime. Everything's clean and like not old, or it might be like an older city that has old buildings, but there's no graffiti, there's no trash, there's no homeless people, but yeah, there's not going to be like very old, like rusty buildings, like dilapidated, like mobile homes and stuff like that, if it's like a very good city or town, a small city or town. But there's probably not going to be homeless shelters, no homeless shelters. There might be churches that are good looking, like that are prominent, and like everything's good looking. Like Provo, Utah. When I went to Provo, Utah, like it's like you're going into Disneyland. I mean, I don't know what Disneyland looks like, I mean, really these days, but it's like things are sparkling clean and like sparkling. Provo, Utah, it seems as though the buildings are like sparkling. No graffiti and no homeless people, no trash. Everything seems clean. And, but in Provo, Utah, I think there's like one homeless shelter, I think. Maybe two, but because it's a pretty big city. But the smaller cities around Provo, Utah are probably, there's a lot of family. There's a lot of, like, every person's married, basically. Every house, every family is like a married couple. But then in Salt Lake City, there's like homeless shelters, and it's like way worse. but it's still not bad at all. I mean, it's you know, but what are we talking about? What am I talking about? I'm eating watermelon and I'm talking about LTBLP. The blue border around the white letters means police, ICE, like immigration customs enforcement. But also it means cold weather. It means literally isolating yourself from homeless people, basically, like, you know, drug addicts, all these homeless people. But where there's homeless people, there seem to be evil people, sociopathic, psychopathic people. Scum. Because the scum cannot exist in a good location. Because the people who live in a small town, stereotypically, who are totally want to defend that town, I mean, it seems logical. Like they're not going to let evil people live there. Like they're going to harass the evil people and make their life hard. But evil people probably, if a police officer is evil and lives in Los Angeles, they might commit crimes, literally like put like a Craigslist ad for an apartment, and they're asking for like a $50 background check or something like that, credit check, and it's a total scam. They get you to pay $50, sight unseen, you know, and there's just a scam. You know, they're just acting as though they're representing an apartment complex, but they're not. I mean, they're not the actual apartment complex. They'll ask you for $50. And then because it's not prosecuted in evil cities like Los Angeles, then they just keep doing it. And all these people, like the disorderly people that ride the electric scooters on the sidewalk, even though it's an infraction. Like rude, like drivers who drive like recklessly, like fast, or they don't know how to drive. They block you when you're trying to walk across the street. Because it's your right of way when you walk across the street where roads meet, even if there's no crosswalk. It's your right of way if you're walking. But, and I guess if you're riding a bike also in Los Angeles, that's what the law is. Like you can ride your bike on the sidewalk. But there's so many drivers who don't respect that, because there's zero chance that they're going to be ticketed. But when I grew up, there's police. You know, there's police who try to catch you speeding, or or there's police who try to see if you do an illegal U-turn. Or if you just roll through a stop sign. But in Los Angeles, you can just, everyone, like, no one stops at, I mean, not very many people stop at stop signs. There's traffic enforcement, like cars, vehicles, but it seems like they only enforce I don't know, maybe if someone's parked on red, but there's not very many of them. There's not that many of those traffic enforcement. They don't do that much patrolling. But if you're going to live in a place and there's all these laws, then that means you should expect that, okay, other people can't break the law. So if they do break the law, you should be able to get them arrested or try to, you know, get them ticketed or whatever to dissuade them from doing their illegal activity. Or if you live in a place where there's crime, where people break into your house, that is so like violating. Like that happened one time to my mother, my house, where I lived. Someone just broke into our house and stole stuff, and then when they left, they left the front door open all the way. But that's creepy, you know, like my brother came home, no one was home, and he came home and the door was all the way open and no one was home, and he noticed his PlayStation was gone and like his drapes like in his bedroom were down, or whatever he used as a drape, like a blanket or something like that. And that's a felony, right? It's a violent crime. Like it's called a violent crime. It's categorized as a violent crime. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but definitely if you break into someone's house, when it's locked, that is justification to shoot the person dead. Because we could look it up right now in the Cal Crim manual, California jury instructions. Like that would be fun to look that up right now. I have the internet right now, but my computer is slow because it's very old. It's like, it's not Just takes time to load stuff, but I'm semi-organized. I have documents, books, and I have it right here. Criminal law, CalCrim. This is all the laws that, you know, the if you're charged with something, then the jury gets these instructions. If the jury gets these instructions, it says, you know, to prove that the defendant is guilty of this crime, the people must prove that number one, number two, number three, whatever, all these elements beyond a reasonable doubt. But then it also has the right to self-defense jury instruction. So that'll take me a minute to look for this, to search for that. Because I want to see in this where it says that you can shoot someone dead if they break into your home. Right to self-defense. Sucks to take so long. Okay, I have the table of contents. It's highlighting right to self-defense. Right to self-defense or defense of another non-homicide. That is my situation where the security guard attacks me in Japanese Village Plaza Mall. You know, if someone comes at you and there's imminent danger, merely just imminent danger of you being unlawfully touched, meaning touch in an offensive or harmful manner, but offensive, that it just means if they touch you in a rude or angry way, no matter how slightly they touch you, if it's a rude or angry way, if it's done in a rude or angry way, that is battery. And if there's imminent danger of that happening, then you can apply reasonable physical force to defend yourself. And then it also says, like, you can't provoke someone to attack you. So, like, if you provoke someone to attack you and then they attack you, if they attack you, that's battery, but you have no self-defense. But if the jury thought that me recording the security guard was me trying to provoke him, that is stupid. I was not directly, I was not trying to provoke him. I was not trying to rile him up, you know, because everyone knows what provoking would look like and sound like, you know. It's like taunting someone over and over, like, what, and trying to say, like, trying to egg someone on and try to, like, offend, trying to say offensive words. That's the other disturbing the peace one, is fighting words. You know, that's, I was talking about California Penal Code 415, 1, 2, and 3. Because those security guards in the Japanese Village Plaza Mall think they supposedly believe, or they're just clowns. They're trying to troll me. But they think that they state that you can't shout, like you can't be loud in the Japanese Village Plaza Mall. But based on the zimas.lacity.org map and the portal.assessor.lacounty.gov/map search map, it's 100% public. Same thing as a sidewalk. Because if you shout, that is not a crime. It's only if you use fighting words, but that's words. That's not shouting. Like, it's the words you use. And unreasonable noise, but that is if you blast sound from a speaker or like a whistle or something deliberately, not as a form of communication, just to blast sound to annoy someone, to disturb someone on purpose. Presumption that resident was reasonably afraid of death or great bodily injury, Penal Code 198.5. This is under the category of self-defense and defense of another. Okay, so that's 3477, page 3477. I mean, not page 3000, but the number 3000. Come on. Page down. This thing is so huge. This PDF file. 34. Yeah, okay, this is it. Listen to this. Presumption that resident was reasonably afraid of death or great bodily injury, Penal Code 198.5. This is these are the jury instructions. This is what the jury will receive. The law presumes that the defendant reasonably feared imminent death or great bodily injury to himself or herself or to a member of his or her family or household if, number one, an intruder unlawfully and forcibly entered or was entering the defendant's home. Okay, so if someone intrudes and enters your home and forcibly, meaning it's locked, the windows are locked, or they break into the windows, or the door is locked, right? And unlawfully does that, meaning like they're not related to you, because you might say that. Number two, the defendant knew or reasonably believed that an intruder unlawfully and forcibly entered was entering the defendant's home. So far, if an intruder forcibly enters your home unlawfully, and you knew or reasonably believed that this intruder unlawfully and forcibly entered or was entering your home, and the intruder was not a member of your family, of your household or family, and number four, the fourth element of the crime, the defendant, you used force intended to or likely to cause death or great bodily injury to the intruder inside the home. So you shot or attempted to shoot if you shot or intended to shoot an intruder, it is not a crime. It's self-defense. This is the self-defense jury instruction. Self-defense or defense of another. Meaning your child, like if you have children or you have a wife or whatever, you believe
all you have to do, the intruder breaks in your house, your home, and you knew or reasonably believed that the intruder unlawfully and forcibly entered your home, and the intruder was not a member of your family or household, then if you use force intended to or likely to cause death or great bodily injury to the intruder, it's self-defense. It's so simple. This is so simple. This is so simple. It's so simple. If someone breaks into your house who you don't know, who doesn't live there and is not your a member of your household, is not a member of the defendant's household or family, and if they forcibly enter your home and you believed that someone unlawfully and forcibly entered, then you can shoot them dead or do something likely to cause death. Or even if you intend to cause death, it's self-defense. But that's only if in this situation where someone breaks into your home. And this is in California. Great bodily injury means significant or substantial physical injury. It is an injury that is greater than minor or moderate harm. The people have the burden of overcoming this presumption. This means that the people must prove that the defendant did not have a reasonable fear of imminent death or injury to himself or herself or to a member of his or her family or household. Hello! Where'd you go? State Park. The people must prove that the defendant did not have a reasonable fear of imminent death or injury. When he or she used force against the intruder. If the people have not met this burden, you must find the... by the way, the people means the prosecutor. If the prosecutor has not met this burden, you, the jury, must find the defendant reasonably feared death or injury to himself or herself or to a member of his or her family or household. That's weird that it says that paragraph. Why does it say this means that the people must prove that the defendant did not have a reasonable fear of imminent? It's weird because it says the law presumes that the defendant reasonably feared imminent death or great bodily injury to himself or herself or to a member of his or her family or household. If 1, 2, 3, and 4. If an intruder breaks in and you believe that they did, because I guess, I don't know what that means. I guess if the person, I don't know what would that mean? if someone's like trying to break in, but you thought they already broke in, and like you started shooting at like at the doorway, like to see if to kill the person because you thought the person was like inside, but they actually were outside, but you thought they were inside already. Because yeah, if all these four elements are correct, are true beyond a reasonable doubt, never mind. That's not a reasonable doubt. This is not a crime. This is self-defense and jury instructions. So the jury would have to, like prove that yeah, if you're being charged with a crime, you're a defendant, and you're being charged with a crime of shooting an intruder, right? The prosecutor must prove that you did not have a reasonable fear of imminent death or injury to yourself or people in your household. But it says these four elements. If someone tries to break into your house, right? If they are entering, or they just did enter, or they are entering it forcibly, and you believe that they just did, and they're not a member of your household or family, and then if you shot that person dead or did something like that, like stabbed them or something like that, it's literally self-defense. However, what I've learned is that people are not logical. They're not rational. The jury, not in this location, in Los Angeles, people are super irrational. And they'll probably vote you guilty because they're evil or they're irrational. Because they would probably think that, oh, this evil person, like, they'd probably think like, oh, this like burglar tried to break into your house and all he was trying to do was just like break in to like steal something of like low value because he was like on drugs and like out of his like intoxicated, like out of his mind, so he like wasn't thinking rationally. Or it was a criminal who was like not intoxicated but was like desperate to break in and steal stuff because I don't know why anyone would do that. That's so insane to do that, but I don't know why people do that. I guess the only reason is that they need money for drugs, and that's how they survive. Like, they commit crimes and then they sell what they stole. Or maybe it's not for drugs, maybe it's just they get addicted to it. That's how they live. They just get used to it because they're part of a gang. But you do agree that so many people, if they're on the jury and they had to crunch this, they had to process this information, they would not, like, they would side with the criminal, with the person breaking into your house in a lot of cases, because they would like have sympathy for a criminal who is intoxicated or is just a criminal, a gang member, who will break in and be aggressive and do aggressive acts like that to smash and grab, into your car, or strong-armed robbery or something like that, or break into your home. And so because these people are criminal, the city of Los Angeles, there's all these evil people or just dysfunctional people who like, if I'm a defendant, right? If someone breaks into my home and I shoot that person dead, a lot of people would probably construe that as excessive force. But they don't logically process that the law is literally, if someone literally tries to forcibly enter your home, that constitutes that you reasonably feared imminent death, meaning that you can apply death to that person. Because it's self-defense. Because, you know, if someone comes at you with a knife and is trying to stab you, you can shoot them. But I'm talking about merely if someone enters your home by breaking into it, you literally can kill the person. But most people, I mean, most people could not crunch that. They cannot process that. They cannot think rationally, like, okay, if I'm a defendant and I'm being charged with murder of this person who broke into my home, the jurors would vote me guilty. Why? I don't know why. It's insane, but that's what they would do. Same thing with battery. Last year, security guard sternly tells me, "Don't record me," right? He comes up to me saying, "Don't record me," right? In a sinister tone of voice. "Don't record me," right? And then 5 minutes later, he shouts at me, "Don't record me," right? So then I shout at him insanely loudly. Then he comes at me. Sorry about that. That disconnected. My phone was going crazy. It was like all the buttons were like being pressed and like one after the other, even though I wasn't pressing anything. But yeah, so insane. Jury votes me guilty for battery, even though a security guard attacked me first. What does that smell? It smells like hot dogs. Did you cook something? Did you cook the fish? It smells like someone's like cooking like hot dogs. Do you agree that you can shoot someone dead if they break into your home? Kim? It doesn't say that. If they're a kid? It doesn't say that. It doesn't matter how old they are. Because it's like if it's like a 14-year-old boy or whatever, you think that they can just shoot you, or they can try to rob you or whatever. Because they're young, so they can rob you. but it says an intruder. I don't know, But what I'm trying to say is that in this city, people are evil, or they're just stupid, or they're irrational. And so if you shot someone dead who broke into your house, who you didn't know, because if you knew that you could do that, then you might do that. Then you would shoot him dead, because that constitutes that you reasonably fear imminent death or great bodily injury. However, the jury will not interpret it like that, and you will be prosecuted, and they will vote you guilty for murder, for homicide, or whatever, for whatever it's called, homicide. What is it called? Like manslaughter or whatever, something like that, because they won't be able to crunch the truth. Like, the truth is that if someone breaks in to your home who you don't know, and they're not a member of your family, and if you do use force intended to or likely to cause death or great bodily injury to the intruder, that the law presumes that you reasonably feared imminent death or great bodily injury to yourself or a member of your family or household. So that's what constitutes reasonable, that you reasonably feared imminent death or great bodily injury. But I'm trying to say that the jury won't crunch that. They won't comprehend. They won't act as though that, like, that mathematically, like, it's so simple. If someone breaks into your house who you don't know, who's not a member of your household or family, and then if you knew that the intruder unlawfully and forcibly entered or was entering, or you reasonably believe that they were doing that, and if you shot the person or tried to stab the person, then that means you reasonably feared imminent death. Want watermelon? Huh? But the jury won't even crunch that, because there's evil people on the jury who want to convict you, or there's stupid people. Because how many women can crunch this? Like, let's say I shot someone dead, right, who broke into my house, right? A lot of women would feel sorry for the criminal. Like, they would act as though, like, the criminal's not, like, shouldn't have deserved it. Because if they're just breaking in just to steal, but you don't know what they were trying to do, but, like, I don't understand the sympathy for criminals that people have, It's so simple. If someone breaks into your house forcibly, are you kidding me? I mean, do you know what that would be like? Especially at night. Like, that's insanely creepy. If your door is locked and someone is breaking, like, prying open your door and breaking into your house, that's insanely creepy. Or if you hear like your windows breaking, like your glass, like the glass of the windows Like, because someone's breaking into your house. But I was trying to say that when was that, like 2005, 2006 or 5 or 2006. It was after 2006 because I didn't even live there, but my brother said he called me. He said that he came home, the door was all the way open, his PlayStation was stolen, and I don't know, other stuff. And the drapes were down, the curtain, whatever. And he called me asking me, like, if I knew about it or whatever. So that was very creepy when that happened, you know. So what I'm trying to say by that is I'm trying to say that I don't want to live in a place where there's any criminals at all. I don't want to live where there's any crime at all. I don't want to live. That's why I'm so. I mean, this is just common sense. Like, everyone should think like this. It's just so simple. Like, why would you want to live in a place where there's crime, where there's drugs, where there's drug dealers, where there's homeless shelters, where there's graffiti, where the divorce rate is higher? I wonder where let's look up where is the divorce rate the lowest in the country? Like, is it Utah or where is it? Yeah. Divorce rate map. I never looked this up before. The divorce rate. Statistics on divorces. The state with the highest divorce rate was Arkansas, followed by New Mexico, Wyoming, Kentucky, West Virginia. The states with the lowest divorce rate are Vermont, New Jersey, Alaska, Minnesota, Wisconsin. But that's by whole states. But that's, yeah, Arkansas, that's 23.27 divorces per 1,000 married women. Versus Vermont is 9.2 divorces. But so yeah, I am very serious about living in a place where there's. I'm so against all these things like graffiti that is so retarded. There's like no graffiti where I came from, like where I was living in Sonoma County. But in Santa Rosa, the largest city in Sonoma County, that's like, I didn't spend much time there, but there's like bad areas of that city. Because one time I actually saw this kid writing graffiti when I was riding my bike into this softball field park. And when I was an umpire, slow pitch softball in 2008, and I saw this kid who was like 12 years old or something like that, and he was by himself just like writing graffiti. And I was like, I saw that, but then I didn't want to, you know, arrest him. You know, I don't want to get in trouble. But it's only because I'm going to get in trouble, understand, for arresting someone. Because otherwise, if I knew I couldn't get in trouble, then I would arrest everyone who writes graffiti. I would arrest everyone. I mean, the only reason I don't even like confront people is because I think I'll get in trouble. Like I'll be prosecuted. It's so stupid. That's why I said that in that one video where the Target shopping center where the guy, like, he came at me, I shouted at him like, stay away from me, right? And I said, I'm scared of you, right? Even though that guy's super short. The reason I said I'm scared of him is because he is coming at me with like zero fear, as though he knows he's just going to get away with committing a crime against me. And at the same time, if I attack him, if I try to defend myself against him, then I'm going to be charged. And that's what happened last year. But that what I'm talking about, that was in 2020, right? And I think it was 2020. And but last year, I chose to stand my ground against the security guard who came at me from 10 steps away, walking toward me directly, then bang, attacked my phone. Then I punched him in the jaw instantly after he started swinging at me. But then I was prosecuted. How did I know that? Like, how did I know I was going to get prosecuted for battery? How did I know that? Like, I shouldn't have known that. But somehow I already knew that, like in 2020, that I'm scared of you. I'm scared of this guy coming at me because he's like totally doesn't care if he attacks me. Because it's like he's not going to get prosecuted. Whereas I can't even defend myself against him because I'm scared of doing so because I'll be prosecuted. Because this is an evil location, but there's better places like a lot of states like Idaho, Wyoming. So many states where they actually enforce the law and people have common sense, I'm assuming. But yeah, I don't know. There's 7 people watching right now. I don't know what to talk about right now. Just want to get out of this place into a location where there's no crime, no graffiti, no homeless people, no trash. People don't have to put bars on their windows and live behind a gate. Live behind a metal fence. I guess that's enough for this video. I'm not talking enough, so I will talk to everyone later. LTBLP, live the best life possible. And I'll turn this back on tomorrow. LTBLP.